Hello. So first of all, had to come outside to do this video because it feels like amazing out here. It's not humid. It's kind of warm, like it's perfect. But anyways, so I haven't updated my YouTube in a hot minute. So wanted to go ahead and do that now. So I'm gonna do this whole thing of a recap of second trimester. I think my last video was like 11 weeks. So a lot's happened since then. So second trimester, it, obviously is the easiest for most people. It definitely was for me. My cravings started going away. First trimester was awful. Like, instead of throwing up, which I'm grateful I didn't throw up very much, but my cravings were like insane. I could eat like donut after donut after donut, which is not like me. So I did not like that. And it just messed with my mood and my, like the more sugar you eat, the more you crave it. And the more you crave it, the more you eat it. And it was like this vicious cycle. So I was very glad to be out of that. I started getting back into the gym. I started getting my energy back. There around like 20 to 26 weeks, I had like crazy amounts of energy, like bursting inside me. It was wonderful. Don't feel like that anymore, but while it lasted, I really loved it. So we did not find out the gender until 20 weeks. So when I called to make the appointment, sorry, doing this on my phone. So when we called to make the appointment, she had my due date wrong, and we made the appointment, and so I called back, and I'm like, hey, I'll actually be 20 weeks then. Can we do it a little earlier? And she was like, well, we like to do it around 19 weeks, but Lacey, no. Okay, I had to cut it off for a second because my dog tries to eat the UPS man. But anyways, so they said they like to do the gender reveal ultrasound around 19 weeks. And so I was like, well, I'm actually 20 weeks when you scheduled me. And she's like, well, we'll just do that anyway. And so I'm like, I want to know like yesterday. So whatever, we waited till 20 weeks. I had this like overwhelming feeling that it was a girl. And honestly, some of y'all probably won't believe this. I believe it because I'm saying it. But, I just had this overwhelming feeling that God promised me a girl. So I just knew, like, it's a girl. Like, I just knew deep down it was a girl. And so we went in for the ultrasound, and it took forever. And, like, this woman just scanned, and like she was not telling us like, oh, that's the so-and-so, that's that looks good. Like, she was telling us barely anything. It was like very silent in there for the longest time. And I think we had Grayson with us. Yeah, we had Grayson with us that day. So of course he was getting kind of bored because she was taking forever, because they have to do the whole anatomy. They check everything, which is a good thing to make sure she's got all 10 fingers and toes and everything looks healthy. But, it was a girl. She finally told us at the very end. I asked for pictures, and she said they don't do that. They don't print pictures there, which they printed pictures the last time. So I didn't really know, like, I just didn't question it because she gave us a little video and we thought, well, whatever. But anyways, so it's a girl. We are naming her Savannah. I had the name Peyton picked out for the longest time, and we just kind of figured the name Peyton Shepherd sounds like a football player, and nothing against Peyton Manning, but I'm not trying to name my kid after her or after him, and we just figured we like Savannah better. We came up with Savannah as one of our choices on our honeymoon. So that's kind of special to us because we both remember that night, like sitting there brainstorming, if we have another child, if it's a girl, what would we name her? And really, like, before we found out the gender, no boy names would come to mind. We would talk about all these girl names, and then we'd be like, what about this for a boy? Nah. What about this for a boy? Nah. Like, nothing would come up. So we were like, sure. Like, I was sure. And Shane was like, Shane said if it was a boy, he was moving in with his grandparents for a week because he didn't want to have to deal with me trying to process the fact that I was having a boy. Not because I don't love Grayson or don't want another boy, but like I said, like, I really feel like God told me it was a girl. So, like, he just thought that I would react really horribly to another boy. It's a girl, like I thought. So, anyways, that's our gender reveal story. And we did not end up having a gender reveal party or like any kind of cool announcement. We wanted to, but we couldn't really pick a theme or whatever. And we kind of landed on something, but then the day we found out was a Monday. So you think about like trying to have a party on a Monday or whatever, or waiting an entire week to have a party. I can't keep a secret that long. I don't want to keep a secret that long. And plus, we had Bible school all that week. It had just started that night. So we thought, like, there's no way we can keep a secret all week. And we were just going to have friends over and family over that Monday night before Bible school and just be like, surprise, it's a girl. Go home so we can go to Bible school. But that just felt too rushed, so we didn't do that. So, her name's Savannah. I think we're going to go with Savannah Kate. Shane's not crazy about it, but I'm choosing since he took away Peyton. And he got to pick Grayson's middle name, so I'm just going to say it's probably Savannah Kate. We've also talked about Savannah Grace and Savannah Taylor, but I think we just like Kate the best. Shane liked Savannah Nelson, which is my maiden name, but I just think Savannah Nelson Shepherd sounds kind of masculine. I don't really want to use my maiden name, so maybe it was a boy, like, and, you know, Grayson Nelson didn't work, so if we had another boy, we could look at that, but no. Alright, so other things, like, second trimester was so just chill. Like, it was so enjoyable. Like I said, I had energy. So, you know, around the time we found out the gender, that's when you start feeling baby kicks. And at first, like, it was so hard to feel kicks. And I know every mom says that. Like, at first you're like, oh, was that a kick? Oh, was that a kick? Like, you're not really sure. And then they start getting more and more, like, forceful. And you're like, yes, this child is definitely moving. But at first, like, I really couldn't feel anything for the longest time, or I'd barely feel something. And then when I was at one of my midwife appointments, she let me know that my placenta attached in the front. And I did not know that they attach somewhere different every time. I've never really thought about it because, you know, they didn't tell me the first pregnancy. But my placenta attached in the front, which means when she was really, really tiny, around 18, 20 weeks, I just couldn't feel her as much because the placenta was in the front, kind of blocking her from, or like blocking me from feeling her kicks. So there was that. Lacey, stay. Alright. She hates the UPS driver. Or like the truck. It's mostly the truck. She hates people too. Anyways. So. Yeah, I just had so much energy. Let's see. I took notes, so I wouldn't get too ADD on this. But, yeah, like, it was wonderful. Like, second trimester was all summer, or pretty much, yeah, like, pretty much all summer. So, we decided to pull Grayson out of preschool for the summer, which I thought, like, he's going to drive me insane. I'm not going to get anything done. But I really wanted to do that just so we could spend time together, because I know, like, you know, he just turned 3 in July, and it can be such a hard transition for little kids to be the older brother, older sister, you know. Having a new baby around, not getting enough attention from mom and dad, especially mom. So me being a work-from-home mom, we pulled him out of preschool for the summer, and we just did fun stuff every day. pretty much. I mean, we were somewhere almost every day. We went to the zoo a lot. We went to the movies. We went to the pool a bunch. And we just had a ball. Like, summer flew by. I really didn't go to the gym too much. I tried to go on weekends when Shane was home, and I tried to go on Tuesdays when my mom has him. So, yeah, my gym doesn't have childcare, and not that I would necessarily want to put him in it anyway, unless it was like the right situation. But yeah, so we got to spend a really cool summer together, just playing and having fun, and like, it was the best summer ever. So, you know, fast forward to next summer, I don't know, maybe we'll keep him out of school again and we'll just go do fun stuff again next summer. I don't know. Or he'll just go 2 days a week and then we'll go to the pool the rest of the week or something. I don't know. But okay, so back to pregnancy. By the end of second trimester, we took our first childbirth class, and you know, Shane fought me on every single childbirth class we have done, including the one this upcoming Saturday. He's like, I don't want to go. That sounds terrible. We already have a child. Why do we need to go take more classes? But here's the difference. With Grayson, I was in the hospital. I was induced. It was a horrible labor. It was a horrible experience. I would never want that for anybody. I will never be induced again unless it's absolutely medically necessary. I would never choose being induced ever again. That was horrible. So with that said, you know, you may have seen another video with me talking about this, but we chose to go to midwives this time at a birth center. And ideally, if everything goes right, we will be in a water birth, or we'll be doing a water birth. We have doulas hired, and which, if you don't know what a doula is, go Google it. They're really awesome. You definitely want one during your childbirth, but they're just support. And they keep you focused mentally. They keep Shane focused, which is probably more important than me keeping me focused. But anyways, yeah, so I'm going to be doing this all natural. And I really, you know, I have the option to just tap out and say, like, look, I can't do this. I really need the epidural. Can I go to the hospital? And the hospital is right across the street. Like, I'm literally at the hospital, just in a different building. So it's very safe. But yeah, I don't want to do that. I want to have this baby natural. So we took a childbirth class on pain techniques, and it talks about the psychology of pain and what happens during labor. And so when you start to feel pain, you get scared, and when you get scared, you feel tension, which creates more pain, and that's why people tap out. But if you can use comfort techniques and focus your mind, it's all psychological. I can't talk. Psychological. It's all psychological. So definitely easier said than done. I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, I got this. This is gonna be so easy, because no, it's not. But you know, after taking that class, I definitely feel more prepared. I thought Shane really liked it, but when we were leaving, he was like, well, that's 2 hours I will never get back. So he did not like it as much as I thought he would. But yeah, I thought it was really helpful. I went out the next day and got a big exercise ball, which I used to have one. I just never used it, so I got rid of it. But now I have one again, and you know, I can sit on it and roll my hips on it and stuff, like you do at the gym. It feels so good. So I've been doing that, kind of keep my hips loose, and it just feels so good. So anyways, so that is my second trimester update. It was just so easy. And well, okay, so in July we went to the beach. I went with my Arbonne girls for a leadership retreat, and it was amazing, but I was really scared about the drive down there because it was 5 hours there and 5 hours back, or like 5.5. So I was like, oh my god, my back's gonna kill me. And the thing that happened the most was just my feet swelled. My back felt fine, but yeah, that's about it. So thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, I would really appreciate you subscribing. I'm really going to try to keep doing this more often. I know I always say that, but now I'm actually feeling human again and like kind of catching my breath. So yeah, I'm going to start updating these more often. So, and you know, it's just fun to look back and see, because I just don't remember that much with Grayson's, like the little details, you know, like the day-to-day, the week-to-week updates. I didn't do that. So I really want to be able to look back at these. All right, so stay tuned for the next video. I will go into how third trimester's been. So I'll talk to you soon.